Hey everybody, how's it going today? Well, in this video, I'm going to be going over yet another 3D printing stock that ARK Invest has been accumulating. Now, this one has been growing revenue substantially, and in this video, I'm going to go over what they do and show you why I think the current chart looks so bullish. Now, before I get into it, I do want to take a minute and say thank you to everyone who has already subscribed to my channel and for hitting the like button on previous videos. I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel like that. And I am happy to announce the channel is almost ready to apply for monetization. In order to get monetized on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, which I already have, and you have to have over 4,000 hours of view time, and I'm rapidly approaching that threshold. I should be going over it in probably another week or so. But I created this channel just for fun. I just wanted to share my investment experiences with you guys and maybe help you guys learn how to trade and invest a little bit better. And I also wanted a new challenge, and I thought creating these videos would be a new challenge, and it definitely has been. They're harder to create than I ever thought they would be. All those YouTubers that have fantastic quality videos, they are truly masters of their craft. But anyway, if the channel does get monetized, I want to give back some of that to you guys. Every month I want to do like a gift card giveaway or something like that. I've seen other YouTubers do that when they go over like 10,000 subscribers or something. So I want to do that like every single month because it wouldn't be possible if you guys didn't take the time out of your day to watch them, and I really appreciate you doing that. So make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'll just be picking a random subscriber every month. And without any further ado, let's get into the video. Well, the name of this company is Nano Dimensions, ticker symbol NNDM. And Nano Dimensions was founded in 2012 in Nes Ziona, Israel, and they currently have about 75 full-time employees globally. Nano Dimensions is a provider of intelligent machines for the fabrication of additively manufactured electronics. Nano Dimensions is involved in autonomous intelligent drones, cars, satellites, smartphones, and in vivo medical devices. They necessitate intricate development, IP safety, fast time to market, and device performance gains, thereby mandating additively manufactured electronics for in-house rapid prototyping and production. Nano Dimension bridges the gap between PCB and semiconductor integrated circuits, a revolution at the click of a button from CAD to a functional high-performance AME device in hours, solely at the cost of the consumable materials. With the help of Nano Dimensions, companies are replacing traditional outsourced prototyping with in-house, agile, cost and time-effective processes that provide many benefits, with the first being time savings. So forget lengthy design and test cycles, create functional circuit prototypes in just hours to days instead of weeks. The second being cost savings. No more large order minimums and costly mistakes. Produce your own prototypes in your office or lab affordably and easily. And third being IP security. Keep vulnerable intellectual property in-house instead of shipping it to a third-party prototyping facility. Now, Nano Dimensions is an American Depository Receipt Company, or an ADR. And if you're not familiar with an ADR, all it is a certificate issued by a U.S. depository bank representing a specific number of shares of a foreign company's stock. The ADR trades on the U.S. stock market as any domestic shares would. ADRs are denominated in U.S. dollars, with the underlying security held by a U.S. financial institution, often in overseas branches. ADR holders do not have to transact the trade in the foreign currency or worry about exchanging currency on the Forex market. These securities are priced and traded in dollars and cleared through U.S. settlement systems. Now, to offer ADRs, a U.S. bank will purchase shares on a foreign exchange. The bank will hold the stock in its inventory and issue an ADR for domestic trading. Now, Nano Dimensions doesn't pay a dividend, but when I have owned dividend-paying ADRs in the past, since the bank is holding the stock, they were the ones who collected the dividend. So that is something to remember when you consider owning an ADR. And here are some of the other things you should consider before purchasing an ADR. Number one, you could face double taxation. Number two, unsponsored ADRs may not be SEC compliant. And number 3, investors may incur currency conversion fees. Now, ADR fees charged by custodial banks normally average between 1 and 3 cents per share, and other country fees may apply as well. So this is definitely something you should check before you buy an ADR or if you already own one. Now, if we do take a look at their revenue and earnings numbers, we can see that in 2016, their revenue was only $46,000, but their earnings came in at a loss of $8.9 million. But in 2017, revenue improved to $829,000, but earnings fell to a greater loss of $17.5 million. Now, in 2018, they improved both metrics as revenue grew by more than 5 times to $5.1 million, and their earnings loss shrunk to $15.5 million. And last year, they grew revenue another 40% to over $7 million, and they almost cut their earnings loss in half to $8.35 million. So they're definitely headed in the right direction, but they need to get to profitability sooner rather than later. But the good news is Nano Dimensions did raise some capital through a direct offering. The gross proceeds of their offering were approximately $16.9 million before deducting placement agent fees and other offering expenses. The company intends to use the net proceeds for working capital and for other general corporate purposes. Now, the fact that Nano Dimensions is a penny stock and a foreign company, the financial data is limited, and I'm not even sure that the information we are getting is trustworthy. So if I'm going to be investing in Nano Dimensions, it would be based mostly on ARK Invest. So I just need to ask myself, do I believe in them enough to jump in with my own money? Now, if we look at the reported institutional transactions on Nano Dimensions, we can see that ARK Invest has been involved with Nano Dimensions going all the way back to August of 2017, where they made their initial purchase of 27,000 shares. Now, by February of the following year, they bumped up that position size to over 60,000 shares. And then if we go to August of 2018, we can see that position size increased from 60,000 shares to over 334,000 shares. And then if we fast forward to November of 2018, we can see that position size almost doubled to 513,000 shares. And then if we fast forward to May of 2019, we can see they increased that position size to 804,000 shares. But in January of 2020, we can see that that position size had been reduced to 72,000 shares, a reduction of 90%. Now, I'm going to coincide these transactions with the stock charts in a few minutes, and I think you're going to find it pretty interesting. Now, I also found this filing where ARK Invest disclosed they had ownership of 0 shares of Nano Dimensions as of September 30th of 2019. So they must have liquidated the entire position and then started buying again when you saw that January filing of 2020 where they had a little over 70,000 shares. But now, when we go to ARK Invest's website, we can see that in their Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF, ticker symbol ARKQ, as of October 13th, they now hold 467,000 shares of Nano Dimensions, worth about $1.4 million. Okay, so right here we have the current daily chart of Nano Dimensions, and as you can see, it is having a beautiful up day. It is up 55 cents, over 18% at the moment. The trading day is still going on, but this is the pattern that I love to look for. If you guys don't have this 8-period exponential moving average on your chart and you are trading in the short term, you are missing out. But this stock was brought up to me on a couple of my videos. Some people left some comments telling me to check out Nano Dimensions, and I just got too busy and I never took a look at it until yesterday, and this pattern is absolutely beautiful. This is how, if you watched any of my other videos, you know this is how I like to buy stocks. I like to watch them when they make that initial move up, and then when they pull back into that 8-period exponential moving average is when I like to start buying them. And then when you see a day like this, a lot of times I like to buy them when they touch that moving average and hold. And then if we get a day like this, where it starts to move up off that average, I like to add to my positions. And this was one of my favorite trades that I like to make for about a 3 to 5 day move. And as you can see, it is working to perfection right now. But going back to ARK Invest purchases. Let me back this chart all the way up here. See if I can bring it back. And if we go all the way back to 2017, ARK Invest disclosed their first position in their August filing of 2017, where they had 27,000 shares. See if I can draw a box here. So it was purchased around this area. And this stock, oh, by the way, this stock had a, let me go back here. It had a reverse split. It had a 1-for-10 reverse split. So all of these numbers, you just divide them by 10. So we go back to that box. I'll back out just a little bit here. It was trading for around $6, and then it fell all the way down to $4.50. So their first purchase did not work out very well. And then if we fast forward to February of 2018, when they disclosed their more than doubling of their position, we can see that the stock was still in a pretty terrible downtrend. So we don't know what stock or what ARK Invest was seeing at the moment in that company. But if we go to August of the same year, we can see that they jumped their position size up to 334,000 shares, and I would be not surprised if most of their buying probably came around here. Probably came out with some decent news, and ARK was probably one of the big buyers, and the stock just kept trending sideways to down. And then by November of 2018, right here, ARK had increased their position to over 500,000 shares. So it had pretty much traded sideways to down, and they were still doubling down on this stock. And then if we go to the May filing of 2019, which is right about here, they had increased their position to over 800,000 shares. So they had been buying this stock the whole way down. So they were probably sitting on a massive loss if they were holding the shares. I mean, they could have been buying and selling the whole time, and they just happened to be at reporting date. They happened to be sitting on a big position. I would guess that they were buying and holding and not trading back and forth. So as of this stock chart, I'm assuming they were taking heavy losses. And then in that filing of September 30th, when they had 0 shares, I'm assuming right around here they threw in the towel and just took a big loss on Nano Dimensions. But if we go to January, is when they disclosed they had picked up another 72,000 shares. So they were sitting on 72,000 shares. And then from that point until now they are sitting on a much larger position, and I bet that they probably picked up a lot of it right here, and they've been accumulating it ever since. And now Nano Dimensions may finally be taking off like they had hoped for way back when they started accumulating some of their shares back in 2017. So it remains to be seen. Excuse me. There's no law that says you can't take a big loss on a stock and then when things change, get back in it. But judging by the track record of ARK Invest in this stock, I'm not very optimistic about their instincts on it, but there's been a lot of volume coming in lately, so perhaps there are some contracts that Nano Dimensions is getting that ARK Invest and some others know that we don't know about. But judging by the chart alone, this is an absolutely beautiful chart. This is what I love to see for a stock that is going to start a nice big uptrend. The fact that it's an ADR and the fact that it had a reverse split that is so close to the current price, That's also another red flag for me. I don't necessarily take a stock off my watch list if it has a reverse split, but I like to see them at least 2 years old. Usually when a reverse split happens less than 2 years before the current price action, it's the move up usually isn't sustained for very long. So that's kind of a red flag. Another red flag for me is the fact that it's an ADR, but it's kind of a shame because I love the way this chart pattern is looking right now, and despite that reverse split being so close, and the fact that it's an ADR, it wouldn't shock me at all if this thing was $5, $6, $7, $8 here real soon, because it just looks like it is starting the blast off right now. So as of right now, I'm probably not going to buy some, but I might. I mean, I could change my mind tomorrow, especially if we get a decent pullback. Like if all these moving averages start moving up and it pulls back into it, I might change my mind and jump into the stock. But if I do that, I will make sure to let you guys know in a video. But let me know your thoughts on Nano Dimensions. Are you holding? Do you know any other news that I might have missed that could sway my decision? I would really like to know in the comments section. But that is all I have for you guys today. Remember to hit that subscribe button so if I get monetized, you'll be on the list. And well, I guess I'll just end it right there. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end. And until next time, take care, everybody.